Hey guys, what's going on? Today, we're going to be looking at the Banpresto Mecha Godzilla 2003. So, the Banpresto is essentially a subdivision of Bandai, so their figures are relatively similar, and this figure isn't in the 9-inch scale like the other Bandai figures. This is the MechaGodzilla from Godzilla Tokyo SOS, where he has the replacement arm and mazer in the chest, as opposed to the Absolute Zero cannon. And to start off, let's take a look at the box this comes in. This is what it looks like. It's got a picture of the figure on the front with the Godzilla that it goes with, monster data. It says Banpresto 2003 up in that corner. MechaGodzilla at the bottom. This is what the side looks like. The back is a cityscape. Sorry for the glare. This side shows the two figures in the line. And the top is the same as the side, and so is the bottom. So, pretty neat box. Really cool. I really like that box style. So, on the figure itself, as you can see that this MechaGodzilla is in more of a battle position compared to other MechaGodzillas of the 9-inch scale. His feet are in a stance like this, like he's ready to receive a blow. His tail has a curve sculpted into it, and it seems a little short, but it might just be the curve playing trickery on me. He looks like he's tilted over a little bit, as you can see, like he's angled more this way. I never really understood that, but that's like all of them. It's not like a defect on mine specifically. But overall, it looks really nice so far. Let's take a closer look at his detail. So you can see here is the replacement hand and arm, really well sculpted in there. Which is a difference from the Bandai. This thumb is actually separate and everything is detailed underneath here. The red paint on this arm is really nice. Chest detail looks really good as well. MFS3 logo engraved there. Everything is very nicely sculpted in. Detail is really good overall. One feature that I really like on this figure is that this port right here from the movie that is used is sculpted in, which isn't sculpted in on some of the other Bandai figures out there. So I really like that attention to detail. The mouth has the teeth sculpted in. They're not painted and they're also not like separated. So the mouth is permanently closed like that. It's not open at all. The eyes have a nice yellow paint to them. The red highlights there coming out the bottom are really nicely done. Spines look really good. And then the tail has this curve in it, so it's always kind of in this cockeyed position. Nothing on the bottom of the feet besides the information. It says Tohoku, stuff like that, made in China. Paint is overall really good. Can't really go wrong with MechaGodzilla. This figure is more of a silver color. All the black is done really nice. They got all of the essential parts painted, even back here and on the back of the neck, which is different from the regular Bandai ones. They don't paint that, and they also don't paint the bottom of the tail like that, or the back of the legs, so that's really nice, really good benefit of this figure. And overall, the sculpt and paint is very nice on this one. So, the articulation is just the arms go all the way around here. Okay. Here is one problem I want to address. This figure comes in the box in pieces and you have to put it together. So this vinyl is very, very soft compared to the regular vinyl you might be used to. So I'm going to put that back on and be right back. Alright, so back to the articulation. The legs can move back and wiggle back and forth here a little bit, but that's just because you put them on right there. And the tail can go around in these two spots. And then the head can go all the way around. It's pretty stiff. So yep, that's it for articulation. Another problem with this figure is that the spines, plus side and downside, the spines were not molded in as a separate piece and then attached. Most of them were molded into the actual cast itself, except for this spine right here. This one was a separate piece and it's glued in there, but it's glued in terribly. I got my figures fresh out of the box, sealed, never been touched by another human hand, and the second I put any weight on this spine whatsoever, it broke off completely. But it's a separate piece, so it didn't get damaged. Easy enough to glue back on, but something that you definitely want to watch out for, because that was really annoying. Here it is next to the Banpresto Godzilla 2003 that comes in the same set. As you can see, they were made for each other, so they are perfectly in scale with one another. It looks very nice together. Here he is next to the Bandai 2003 figures. We have the heavy arms Kiryu, and then the theater exclusive Godzilla over here with the yellow paint. So they are relatively the exact same size as him as well. So this will work as a piece of a collection of this movie. So that looks really good as well. And let's compare him more to this MechaGodzilla in general. You should be able to tell that this MechaGodzilla, the Banpresto one, is a much lighter silver, where this is a more gunmetal color. And that some other differences are just the way they're standing. This one's head is a little thinner for some reason. And the painting on this one is better because it actually is applied on the back of the figure, whereas this one doesn't have any. But they're basically the same thing, not a whole lot of differences, almost the same company, so nothing really too different. Main difference is this hand. This one actually has more of a sculpt than this one, so it's whatever. So overall, the Banpresto 2003 MechaGodzilla is a very good figure. It fits perfectly into the 9-inch scale. It's almost identical to the Bandai standard one. So if you need one of those two, I highly recommend picking this one up or both. Very similar. The price on this one is about the same too. It's just a little harder to find because there weren't as many as these as there were the Bandai ones. They're a little more rare. It goes for anywhere between $30 and $50 right now. So if you can get it lower than that, that's a good deal. Anywhere in that range is acceptable though. So any more, just pass, wait for another one to come up if you want this one, but I highly recommend you guys pick this one up. It's really nice, besides the minor issues with it kind of being an awkward leaning position and this spine popping off. The overall sculpt of it and painting on it is very nice, so definitely go pick one up, and as always guys, I'll see you in the next one.